Tonight on Evening Magazine.
I'm Michael King at the Kitsap County Courthouse, where freedom and justice are often determined by, here's up, a dog.
Baking savory scones with a 4th grader.
Good job getting your workout.
In this week's Seattle Top Chef's Kids Menu, why migrating salmon are attracting schools of paddlers on the Kitsap Peninsula.
I weighed 122 pounds for 2.2 seconds.
Life after winning The Biggest Loser. What it takes to keep the pounds off.
And from the Pro Shop at CenturyLink Field, what are the hottest selling items for the Super Bowl? We'll let you know all about that. But first, dogs can do some amazing things, from sniffing out drugs to, well, cheering on the Seahawks. And now they're even getting their day in court. Here's Michael King.
I was sitting right here. They're all listening to me and they're watching me. It's kind of hard. I didn't want to be here.
This 9-year-old girl was a victim of a crime.
And there's a big group of other people around that area.
She and her 11-year-old brother were in this courtroom, surrounded by strangers. The witness stand is an intimidating spot for anybody, but imagine if you're just a child and you're asked to testify against someone you know.
It was very scary.
Enter a yellow lab named Karis.
It was very nervous when I was walking up here, and I just sat down and I looked, and she'd just be laying down like that.
Karis is a courthouse dog, so she's just kind of there whenever you needed her.
Mm-hmm.
Her main job is to hang out below the stand and do nothing.
She just calms everybody down.
She lives with prosecutor Kevin Kelly. At home, without the vest, she's just a dog. But on the job?
In the morning, I put her vest on her, and she calms right down, and she knows that she's now working just like myself in a suit and a tie.
Kevin says Karis is a crucial partner when kids are involved in a crime.
Kids will not utter a word until Karis is in the room, and a lot of times they will only focus on her.
He remembers a particular case with an 8-year-old victim.
She wouldn't talk, she completely froze up.
But a couple weeks later, Karis became a brand new member of the team. They brought the girl back in.
She only talked to Karis, she only looked at Karis, she petted Karis, but she answered all their questions.
Wow.
So that was pretty powerful, and that was the second day that we had her.
That must have convinced you at that time.
Yeah, we knew we had something good.
Karis can roll over, hold her own leash, even open a door, but she's best at just being cool.
Good girl.
If I just feel a little nervous and stuff and I'm too scared to talk to her, I feel like I'm about to cry, I could just go down and pet her for a few seconds and I can kind of take some deep breaths and calm down.
I think it was pretty cool to have somebody by my side.
You wonder what could possibly be controversial about a face like this. But critics argue that a jury is unfairly sympathetic to whoever is with the dog. And attorney Thomas Weaver says he loves dogs, just not in the courtroom, because kids are easily distracted.
And my concern is that when we allow the dog in the courtroom, particularly if we allow the dog to be within the reaching distance of the child, that child doesn't take the oath as seriously as they need to take it.
I think actually children are more receptive and more apt to answer questions when Karis is there than when she's not.
Karis is professionally trained to not be a distraction. She came to Kitsap County free of charge from Canine Companions for Independence in California. So she doesn't go fetch balls or anything during the court?
No, no. She would if we let her. She would love to.
Yeah.
Sure, she'll occasionally let out a howl in the hallway. And who among us hasn't fallen asleep on the job? Has she ever snored in the courtroom?
She's never snored in the courtroom. No, no. She seems to know.
And she seems to know when a child needs her.
My grandma noticed that I kind of had a gloomy look, like, gosh, I don't want to be here. And then when I looked down, I came up and I had a bright smile on my face because I knew the dog was there.
The name Karis is Welsh for love, and she's got plenty to give.
Good girl.
Thanks, Michael. Well, you can tell there's a lot of excitement here at the Pro Shop at CenturyLink Field. What are the big sellers leading up to the Super Bowl? Manager Melanie Hoshino gives us a little insight.
I would definitely say jerseys are a big seller. Hats are always a big seller. Basically right now, anything with a Seahawks logo is a big seller.
Now you have white shirts, you have gray shirts, you have blue shirts. Which color sells the most?
They all sell really well, but I would definitely say home color sells the best. This year we had 3 top sellers in the nation: Lynch, Wilson, and Sherman.
Has the customer traffic picked up a ton in the last few days?
Yeah, well, I think, you know, we've been winning all year long, so we've been increasingly getting busy. I would definitely say after the win on Sunday night, yesterday was game day environment all day long.
Go Hawks.
Jim? Jim, I'm rolling. Rolling.
Oh, sorry. It's amazing what a cat can do with a marshmallow. Sorry, I get a little distracted sometimes. You know, people do get distracted by technology, especially kids, which is why Kim Holcomb has a little something to tell us. Kim?
Hey Jimmy, if you're looking for a way to get the kids off of technology, few things work as well as food. And this recipe is good morning, noon, or night.
Good job.
When you look back on childhood, it's the little moments you remember.
You want to have one?
Like a big person making time for you in the kitchen.
Yeah, I was a kid. Both of my grandmothers were really good cooks.
They taught him well. Now Robert Spalding is the executive chef at Elliott's Oyster House on Pier 56, making the most out of what our local waters provide.
We serve seafood, local Northwest seafood, with an emphasis on local ingredients as well from our farmers here in the Northwest and local wineries as well.
But at home, his sous chef is his daughter, and their specialty is cheddar and dill scones.
Scones are awesome. Baking with your children is awesome.
And this recipe uses so few components, 9-year-old Tegan has it memorized. First, she mixes together eggs and cream, then the dry ingredients.
That's dill, parsley,
salt, baking powder,
cheddar cheese. I like to use extra sharp cheddar cheese.
And flour. Easy. Robert helps with the next step.
The butter?
Yep.
Cutting or blending in the butter. It needs to be cold so it takes some strength.
Looks good to me. What do you think?
The dry and wet ingredients are added together, then the fun part, kneading the dough.
Good job getting your workout.
Tegan's so comfortable in the kitchen because Robert started her early.
It's really important to allow room for your children to make mistakes, get a little bit messy. You know, they learn that they can fall down and get up and continue and be successful.
Tegan has no problem pressing the dough and cutting it into equal triangles.
Good job.
The whole thing took less than 30 minutes. Bake for another 15 to 20 and voila.
And our scones are done.
A delicious snack made with love and a recipe for one of those little moments this top chef hopes his daughter will never forget.
That's kind of my focus in life right now, is to spend as much time with my kid as I can before she doesn't want to anymore. Good job, Tegan. Hopefully she'll remember it for the rest of her life like I have. Thank you.